Hey guys, so welcome to another week. Last week we talked about recipe costing, and we started looking at exactly how we break down all of our recipes cost wise so that we know what that recipe actually cost us to make. And then we looked at what the portion cost was for that recipe. So not just what the whole recipe makes, but what the portion that you actually serve to your guests, what that makes. And then we looked at a menu price, right? So if we had just a cheeseburger and we were selling just a cheeseburger, then what would that price look like? Okay. Well, what happens when we have a plate that has a burger and has fries and has a drink and all these different things? How do we come up with that price? How do we know what we're going to charge when it's got everything in it? All right, so let's look right now at how exactly we come up with those prices. How do we go from the what we charge for just one item to what do we charge for multiple items on the plate? Because it's very rare, especially in your higher end places, that we just have one item on the plate, right? You may go into a fast food restaurant and just buy a burger, but what happens when you go into a fine dining restaurant and you've got if you go to like a whole chop house and you've got your steak and you've got your sides and stuff like that. And I know some restaurants charge all that differently or separately, but let's say it's all included in there, and you got a real nice steak, and then you've got a couple of sides, maybe desserts included in with it, or a salad, or whatever that might be. How do you bring all of that together into one menu price? And so that's what we're going to look at right now. So let's jump into our PowerPoint, and we'll talk about it and figure all this out together, okay? And show you exactly how to do this so that you can complete your assignment. You do have an assignment that you're going to have to do with this, okay? So we want you to be able to complete it. Again, it's just like the conversion assignment. Do it. If it's not right, I'm going to put on there what's wrong with it, okay? And then you have the opportunity to fix that. I am more concerned about you understanding this material and understanding how to come up with these prices than I am concerned about, you turned it in later, you had to revise it 3 times and it was late on the 3rd revision. I'm not worried about all that. Get it turned in, and then let's make sure that it's right, okay? If it's not right, let's fix it, because when you get into 370, if you take a purchasing class, when you get into industry, you're gonna need to know how to do this, and that's important. Okay, this is truly how you make money in your restaurant. So I want you to take the time and do this, and I want to make sure that you understand it, so that when you get into the 370 class, you've got a firm understanding of it. When you get into your job, and the corporate office calls and says, hey, you need to cost out all this stuff for this new menu, or you need to look at what the chef costed out or something like that, you'll understand and know where those numbers are coming from, and you'll know if they're doing it right or not. So this is going to be really important. So let's jump into our PowerPoints and let's see exactly what we're doing here and exactly how we're going to come up with these menu prices, okay? So let's check it out now. Okay, so let's take a moment and review what we looked at last week. This is a standard recipe. We have our ingredients, we have our amounts, have our unit cost. We're going to look for our total cost. So again, the easiest thing is going to be for us to get equal units here and here, right? So we're in ounces here. So let's put quarts into ounces and then figure out our price per ounce. And then we can do the same thing. We'll put quarts into cups, figure out a price per cups, our price per pound here, price per pound, price per ounce, price per pound. These are Q factors right here, your flour, your salt, and your pepper. Again, this is such a small amount with your flour. That's why you're going to have it as a Q factor. Price per pound on our cheese. We can figure how many tablespoons are in a gallon by simply doing a Google search. How many tablespoons are in a gallon? And it'll tell you. And then so we can get our price per tablespoon and then figure that. Same thing here for our teaspoons. and figure that. And then, like I said, we've got Q factors. So our total recipe cost for this particular recipe ends up being $15 and just over 10 cents, with a portion cost of $2 and right at 52 cents. Menu price of $7.63. Again, 6 portions for this loaded potato soup recipe right here, okay? So let's look at something new. Let's look at a new set of recipes here. Chocolate walnut pie. We've got liquid eggs. We've got our corn syrup. We've got our brown sugar, our vanilla extract, have our melted butter, chopped walnuts, semi-sweet chocolate chips, and our pie shells. This is the chocolate walnut pie recipe from the McCutcheon house. We haven't put our unit cost in or our total cost in yet. So here's our unit cost just as we purchase it at the McCutcheon house. 15 quarts, 15 1-quart containers cost us $44.72. We buy our corn syrup by the gallon. We buy our brown sugar. 24 1-pound bags is $29.99. Our vanilla extract, 4 1-gallon containers, $44.10. Same for our melted butter. We buy 36 pounds of butter, so 36 1-pound blocks. It's $102. Our walnuts, we buy 3 2-pound bags. That's what comes in a case, so it's $59.86. Our chocolate chips is a 25-pound bag for $80.83. Our pie shells, 20 of them, come in a case for $28.85. Okay, so we're going to break this down so that we have equal measures here. So we break this down into our price per quart. 15 quarts here for $44.72. So 15 divided by $44.72 gives us our price per quart. We're at a gallon here, so we're good to go. We need a price per pound, so 24 divided by $29.99 gives us our price per pound. 1.5 quarts, this is a price per gallon. So we find our price per gallon there, and we'll be good to go. Same thing, a price per pound for all of these, and then our each individual pie shell, okay? With the vanilla extract, we're using 1.5 quarts. This is $11.02, right at $11.03 a gallon. We can break this down even further and get our price per quart. Remember, there's 4 quarts in a gallon, so divide that $11.02 by 4, or we could even do it by the cup if you wanted to, but by the quart will be just fine for that, okay? And then we can multiply everything out, and we get, 3.5 quarts. Here's our price. This is all very standard. This is what we did last week, so hopefully you're getting the same things here. Hopefully you try these, and you're getting the exact same things here. So when we make our recipe, our chocolate walnut pie recipe, it cost us $161.41 to make that chocolate walnut pie recipe, okay? And then we need to see how much it is per portion. So 24 pies divided by 161, it cost us $6.73 a piece. So with a 33% food cost, we would be at $20.38 for a pie. Okay, so $20.38 would be what we should charge for a single pie. Couple more recipes here. Now this is what happens when we put all of our ingredients or all of our parts of our plate together and charge one price for it, okay? So this is a spiced bison carpaccio with a horseradish quail egg aioli. It's absolutely awesome. I did this for a competition. So we've got, same thing, our ingredients, our amounts, our unit cost. We figure up all of those to get our total cost. And we just, you notice I don't have a menu price down here. We just have our portion cost. Let's look at our next part. This is the aioli itself. Okay, so the last one was just the bison carpaccio. This is the aioli, ingredients, amounts, what we pay for it. And again, we break that down just like we've been doing. We get our recipe cost, so all of this added up. We get our portion cost right here. So this makes 2, so $5.38 divided by 2. So there you go, $2.69. Again, no menu price here. We're not concerned about that yet. Okay, this is the vinaigrette. So there's a little microgreen salad that goes on to the plate. So it's a microgreen salad with the lemon shallot vinaigrette. Again, we've got our items, we've got our ingredients, we've got our amounts, we've got what we pay for them, and then our total cost. Same thing, recipe. So all of this combined, our individual portions. So this divided by the number of portions up here gives us our total recipe or our portion cost. No menu price yet. Not concerned about that. So here on this page, we are concerned about our total menu price. We've got all of our items listed out: spice and carpaccio, our aioli, and our microgreen salad. Okay, we're going to put in there what our portion cost is for each one of these items. Add those together just like we always would. So we add all of this together, $6.73, and then it's the same exact math that we did last week when we're figuring our portion cost. Okay, so it's the same exact math. $6.73 divided by 33% gives us the $20.39 for our total menu price. So this is how we would figure if we have multiple things on the plate. You can imagine this being a cheeseburger, French fries, and a drink. You know, price of the cheeseburger, price of the French fries, price of the drink, total portion cost, and then you come up with your menu cost. Same exact thing, okay? So this is just taking the information that you already know and that you already understand, and it's expanding it out just to incorporate other things into one price, okay? It says nothing new for you. It's just looking at it in a different way because you're looking at it later on as opposed to right at the beginning figuring out your food cost. You're waiting until you know what your portion cost is on everything and then putting it together, okay? So hopefully you guys get this. You'll have an assignment on this. Make sure that you get this assignment done and that you take care of all that. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me and let me know, okay? So thank you guys so much, and I look forward to talking with you soon.